Hey guys, it's Dave, aka Finance Guy. We're doing another Vex Thal video. 54 Boxing EverQuest on a local install of EQ Emulator. These are all my characters, all running their each individual clients, level 60, about 200 AAs, Vex Thal gear, Shreza's Temple, North Temple Vishan, etc. And we're doing Diabo Shishin, DXX. Everyone's actually in place already. Everyone's behind that wall. I summoned them over there just to kind of get them ready. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the clerics stay back there for complete heals, and I'm going to have everyone come through this door, and I'll have to summon whoever gets stuck. I should have shranked everyone, and I didn't. That's an oversight on my part. I could have given everyone a shrink item and had everyone shrink, and I didn't, and I'm going to in the future. So real quick about DXX. It's a she in this picture, but it's a he in the game. But I'm pretty sure it's a he. He has 1.1 million hit points. He attacks fast, and he hits really hard. And he attacks 4 times in a round. However, he is slowable and does not have any spells, no special abilities. He's just like fighting a really tough, hitting hard mob. He does rampage, and he rampages a lot. So you definitely want to make sure the rampage tank can handle it. And in fact, don't just charge in without a rampage tank like I did one time, because you might wipe. Because if he kills whoever gets on rampage, you're kind of screwed. I mean, let's be honest. So I'm gonna start the complete heal. I'm gonna prep the complete heal rotation, and that's just basically going to turn off all the cleric macros for the 6 clerics in the rotation. And then I'm gonna set the timing. I'm gonna set it for 4 seconds initially while we get slow off, and then I'll slow it down to 6 seconds. We're gonna put everyone on follow. Actually, I take that back. We're not going to put everyone on follow yet. We're going to switch to Arthur, who's going to be the puller. I'm going to turn off his macro. Now I'm going to come back to Dave, put everyone on follow. Then come back to Arthur again. I'm going to bring Arthur up to the door, right by the door. We're going to harm shield. And we're going to run into position and get DXX aggroed and brought into the corner. Switch to Dave, run everyone through this door, and this is going to be a tight fit. And we're probably have to summon some people, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't reset my Furious macro. That's not good. That's not good. Oh no! Let's see. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Alright, fine. I hate that. That was scary. Did anyone not come to the door? Bria didn't. So let's summon her real quick. Boom. And yeah, he slowed, so I'm gonna set the complete heal rotation time into 6 seconds because I just don't anticipate this fight being challenging now. I've noticed a lot of fights in Vex Thal, and I've been through this dungeon probably 4 times now, 3 or 4 times. They're very hard when the fight starts, but once the mob is slowed, they're pretty trivial, and I said in my blob 1 video that I wouldn't bitch about this in every video, but it's annoying how many hit points a lot of these mobs have and how easy they are once they're debuffed. I'm especially thinking of Blob 2 North and South, and to an extent AHR, who have almost 2 million hit points, but when they're slowed, they're just not really a bunch of a big deal, and you end up sitting here for like 20 minutes, like, Jeopardy theming I just sang on YouTube. That's pretty embarrassing because I can't seem to save my life, but no one's gonna care, right? So what can I talk about while we're killing DXX? So we got a tank team, an off-tank team, 3 caster groups, 3 melee groups, and a healer group. It's kind of out of order for whatever reason. That is your groups. And, the groups are kind of set up the way they are on purpose because, like, in the melee groups, we have a shaman. And the shaman can cast Puma, or Jaguar, I think it's actually Jaguar, and even Avatar on the characters that need it. The monks that are in some of the groups, just 2 of the groups have monks, I think they can increase parry, riposte, and block by 1% on everyone. It's like an aura. The berserkers do something with their aura. So it's just a lot of synergy. I don't know if the rangers are doing anything, but oh, what's going on here? There's synergy in the groups. In the caster groups, right now the enchanters aren't really helping the wizards. I know eventually they're going to get a spell that makes the wizards do more damage. I don't think they're doing that right now. There's 2 necromancers in group 5, and I still haven't fixed that. And I don't know if I ever will, but I don't really use Mind Rack, even though I really know I should. I'm just going to summon the mob to move them out of the wall. I really should be using Mind Rack, and I'm not. And I will one day, maybe, if I'm having mana problems. I generally don't have mana problems, even on these 2 million hit point mobs. If I run out of mana, like the melee do just fine taking them down, which is great because yeah, I've run. I'm not running the parser right now, but when I've run Gam Parse, which is my particular parser of choice, the wizards are still towards the top. Usually it's the rogues on top and the wizards right underneath, even despite a long fight. So I don't know if I'm too worried about it. I love the loot in the zone, as I've said in previous Vex Thal videos. I think the loot is kind of actually overtuned. Maybe not for how hard the zone is, but just for the expansion. I mean, you go from some, like, decent loot to like really high armor class loot in this zone, to the point where like your casters. I'll tell a story that I think I told on a video that didn't record properly. My wizard on a progression server on a TLP had so much armor class after raiding Vex Thal for like a month that I was in a pickup group in Greg's End, and I was tanking better than the warrior in the group. And the warrior wasn't a raid warrior; he was just like he was a typical warrior playing games like a casual guild. And I actually was stealing aggro on my wizard by accident. I was AoEing, we were pulling like 3 mobs at a time, and the warrior got a little upset that I was pulling aggro, and I was like, well, just let me tank then, because I have like phenomenal armor class. Like, it's no big deal. I'm a wizard. I can still tank. I can hold the aggro. And the warrior's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm a warrior. I hold aggro. Like, it's my job to tank. And the cleric typed in the group chat saying the wizard is actually easier to heal. Like, I'm not going to say my character name, but the wizard's easier to heal than you are to the warrior. Like, I'd rather the wizard tank. And it was hilarious because like here I am, like a silk wearer, like a wizard, wearing cloth, robes and crap, and out tanking a warrior. And I was, and so like the warrior got really upset and left the group. And so the next 2 hours, I tanked as a wizard. We were pulling 3 mobs at a time in Greg's End, and I was tanking. It was hilarious. So, yeah, Vex Thal is ridiculous on the armor class of the gear. Like, it's silly how high AC you can get on casters. And I don't know if that's fair to like tanks who don't come in here or don't do raiding, that a caster can actually out tank them. And yeah, I again don't know how I feel about that, but it was funny at the time. All right. DXX is about to drop dead, and we'll see what he drops. I'm just going to turn off the complete heal rotation as soon as he dies, so I'm just going to prep it. It's going to reset everyone's macro. You're probably going to hear a couple beeps because I have a warning in one of my macros, and I have to fix that, and I just haven't fixed it yet. I'll probably fix it later today. Yeah, Dennis doesn't have his robe anymore. We get everyone off the corpse, and let's see what he dropped. All right. So we don't need the ancient spell because I have that on everyone. Pendant of Melusine, Tiny Bone Bracelet, and Orb of the Sky will rot because I don't even know how to use that thing properly. Probably should give it to a melee, but I have buff slot issues. Most of my characters have full buff slots, and I just... Also, it takes 10 seconds to cast, and I don't think it lasts very long. I don't know. For a boxer, I'm just not going to use it. The Tiny Bone Bracelet's decent. Very high armor class, which I like, but there's higher for tanks, so I'm gonna just look at everyone's left wrist and see if anyone has something really bad. Looks like Rose isn't even equipped with her left wrist, so I think I'll give it to her by default, because Rose doesn't have anything in her left wrist slot. So let's go to Rose and go right down to her in the stack. Oh, got a maximize her window. Yeah, sometimes the windows start start small, and I'm not really sure why that is. I wasn't doing that up until I had to do a configuration file reset, because I had an issue with the configuration file. So that was for Rose. And then the Pendant of Melusine is going to be for Shaman, or that's really nice resists on a neck. That's really nice. I like that you can click that thing, 5-second cast time. That's great. Who am I going to give it to though? Let's see. She already has it. That's decent. That's decent. Huh. Is this thing gonna rot? Huh. You know what? I think it's a slight upgrade for Cat. It's not a huge upgrade, but for everyone else, it's not an upgrade at all. So I'm gonna give it to Cat by default. think Kat would approve if I told her. Actually, I don't think Kat really knows anything about video games. I don't think she's much of a gamer. My characters are all based on other real people I know or knew, or pets that I've had or family pets. So basically pets and people. That's where the 54 names come from. So anyway, that was who was that? DXX, right? Yeah, DXX. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share the love, and we will keep recording these Vex Thal videos. Have a good one.